Let's go. Abstinent is the only way to stay clean and sober off drugs and alcohol. I know. I got 17 and a half years clean. Abstinent, abstinent, abstinence. Okay, let's go. Abstinence is the only way to stay clean and sober off drugs and alcohol. I know. I got 17 and a half years clean. Abstinence, abstinence, abstinence. Because a lot of times, people get clean. They trying to get clean. You know, old saying, one is too many, 1,000 never enough. We all know that. But stay abstinence. You got some people who they still in active addiction. Some people got clean time. Whether it's 30 days, 60 days, 6 years, or whatever. But I've seen time and time and time again, so many addicts fall back into the game and relapse because they think they can trade one addiction for another, and it's impossible. You know what I'm saying? You cannot do it. You know what I mean? And I'm cheering for everybody, and I want everybody to get their life together and turn it around. But let's just say, for example, if you was an alcoholic and you got whatever time clean, and then you decide you're going to try to smoke marijuana, all it will do is lead you back to alcohol. If you're a heroin addict and cocaine, or whatever the drug is, and you get off any of it, you have to stay abstinent. You know what I'm saying? And I got a lot of videos about coping, stress, sober fun, and all that. So basically what I'm saying is do not think, because how it's like rehabilitation. I actually sprained my ankle a couple of weeks ago, and I got to let it heal before I can do physical activity. So I'm saying that to say do not let 2, 5, 10 years of clean time now thinking you can go back and do substances, because you're healed. You are an addict in recovery, but you could never go back to being a social user. So many people have tricked themselves into be thinking, oh, I could have a drink or two on vacation. Yeah, you can, and you might get away with it for a while, but to stay entirely clean, you practice abstinence and keep doing what you was doing and stay on the path you've been on since your recovery. Do not go out there and try to trade because you don't think you're doing that, but you are. You know what I mean? Just stay clean and sober. That's the way to go. Subscribe to my channel and follow me for more videos on drug education. Peace. Hit that subscribe button. 17 and a half years clean.